Okay, so this is going to be very fast, just to let you know that what is the plan for collecting the VS30 for the Arizona site that collected the ground motion that we are analyzing. So this is a task that we kindly asked peer to take on. So this is going to be really a peer task, which I'm right now presenting, but again. So. This again is a task channelized through peer. We are, peer is collecting, actually no, sorry, let's step back. So our project was collected selected ground motion data, and that was the result that were shown on workshop 1. So these data have been provided to peer, who has been in charge of processing the data in terms of applying instrument correction, noise removal, computation of response spectra and Fourier spectra. There is a plan for the material to be publicly released. Peer is currently working on a public website where all the data and information are going to be released. And Youssef, do you have any timeline, or you want to comment on the? It should be on. Can you check that this mic is on? Okay. Okay.
As soon as the QA of the data is done, immediately within a day, you can
post it. Okay, thanks so much. Okay, and so the idea is to have Rob Cahan, who is with the USGS, to perform site characterization using SASV analysis. So the goal is to obtain VS profile and therefore to compute VS30 and also to associate a NIRP class. And he's going to provide also the VS profile up to the maximum depth that is going to be investigated. This is something that Rob is familiar with. He has deployed several experiments following major earthquakes throughout the world, so we have a really successful professional relation with him. So the selected stations to be investigated are the ones that you see here. So tentatively we have 9 stations that are all within 100 kilometers from Palo Verde. Olga maybe is going to show afterwards the distribution of the stations. So we have further stations up here that were utilized to constrain path effects north of Salton Trot. So if time and budget allows, maybe we can expand the scope of work, but that's something that needs to be refined. So for now, we are concentrating on these 9 stations here. Okay, so this is actually this is not official. This is out of a scope of work that peer has received from Rob Cahan, and as of yesterday, I learned from Youssef that it hasn't been fully signed. So there is still room for improvement. But so this shows when Rob thinks to start, when he was going to complete the field work, provide preliminary results, and then the final report. To be used in this project, we have spoken to him that we need to expedite the task. So really we need to have the field data finalized and collected by the fall. The results should be presented by late fall, and then the final official report can be provided afterwards, as long as it's within the project timeline. And again, on a verbal agreement scheme, Rob complies with these timelines. Okay, and then he's also planning to return to some of these sites to add new methods to constrain the VS profile. So using multi-channel, so mass dispersion data, H over V spectrum, and ambient vibration using SPAC and FK approaches. So this is pretty much what I
Carola, this is Youssef.
Yeah.
And final results will be published as a peer report,
Yes.
which is public.
Correct, correct.
Let's go back to Olga on.
One quick question.
Sure.
Can you go on?
We can't quite hear you. Just give it a little. Yeah.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Can you go? Okay, the map of the stations. Can you point out the location of the plant of Palo Verde?
Yeah, it's very little. It will be this star here.
Okay,
There would be
so,
this star here.
so all the stations are on the basin range, kind of located in a...
Correct, correct. And I
Okay.
apologize, I didn't write that down. This is an excerpt from the presentation of workshop 1 from Jenny Watson-Lamprey, so that's her slide. But again, this is the location of the power plant, and these are the 9 closest stations that recorded a good set of data. Now, Olga probably will talk about that, but as as the processing is released, there might be some stations that are considered noisy. So we can work on the scope of work with Rob K and make sure that we channel and we target those stations that are really useful for us. So.
Okay. Show the noisy one. It's the Z15.
Z15. Okay, you can point at that one. Z15. This one.
Unfortunately, one of the nearest ones.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Other questions for Olga? So the site characterization is really important for us to be able to do the kappa studies. So I think Olga's going to show you the state of the data, but until we pulled out or corrected for the site response, this is preliminary.